My name is Mikeidrea Feacher. I'm from Beaufort, South Carolina, and I'm a senior psychology major. I chose this major because I took a general psych class my freshman year and ended up loving it, and I continued to take the classes, and I've loved it ever since. I chose TNTech because I always wanted to attend an out-of-state school. I lived in South Carolina from pre-K all the way up until 12th grade. So when I was looking at schools, I was looking at schools surrounding South Carolina, so nothing too far, but still enough to make me feel like I was an out-of-state student. My favorite thing is being a part of the different clubs that I am on campus. I've had the opportunity to be a tour guide, of course ROTC, I'm an NAACP as well as AK-Psi. So getting to meet different people and different clubs on campus has probably been the best part. So I'm currently the battalion commander, which is the highest ranking cadet within the ROTC program. And my job is actually to oversee everything that's going on in the battalion and making sure that everyone all the way down to the freshman level is getting the proper training that they need to in order to prepare them for their MS3 levels so they can go to Fort Knox and pass camp. I joined ROTC because I come from a military background. My dad was a Marine Corps officer, which is how I ended up being born in Beaufort, South Carolina, because he was stationed at Parris Island. I joined Young Marines in elementary school, and I kind of fell in love with the program. By the time I got to middle school, transitioning to high school, I knew I wanted to do JROTC, so I joined my freshman year and did all 4 years. My senior year, I got awarded a national scholarship, and I wanted to continue doing ROTC in college, so that's pretty much how I got here. So after graduation, I'll commission and I'll head to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri to start my military police training. The most valuable thing I've learned in ROTC has probably been to not make excuses. There's always someone looking up to you, and you never want to portray that you can't do something. You just always have to put your best foot forward and continue to push forward and make it possible for yourself. So the COLP process begins with basically just applying. They only accept about 1,000 students nationwide, so you have to submit a packet, and then once you get accepted, you have to go through some medical checklists as far as getting shots and getting cleared. You have to get a passport. COLP stands for Cultural Understanding Leadership Program. So I was accepted to go to COLP, and I went to Uzbekistan, which was about, I want to say 16 hours in flight time away from here. I was there for a month, and while I was there, we got to visit their different military academies and kind of intermingle with their cadets. We taught them some things that we do here in America, and then they kind of taught us some of their curriculums and what they do. The most important thing I learned while visiting COLP was definitely to appreciate what we have here. Oftentimes, their cadets would be in classes from Monday through Sunday with only a couple hours off during the Sunday day to just hang out or go outside and play recreational sports. While here on campus, we are able to roam through classes, we're able to take time off, pretty much do what we need to do as leisurely as we want to, whereas they are on a strict schedule and they're by the books. So definitely I learned to appreciate what we have here. So on the weekends, we got to visit different cities. I remember going to Samarkand, Tashkent, some of the bigger cities in the country, and that's where we would get to go to their different festivals. Like, I think while I was there, they had a carpet festival, which is very famous over there. We got to learn about the different spices, learn about the different museums and mausoleums and stuff like that. So on the weekends, we did get to do a lot of the cultural activities. The most challenging thing I faced during the COLP experience was probably the language barrier. Their native language is Uzbek, which is kind of like a mix of Russian and Arabic, sort of. They did have some English-speaking cadets, so we did try our best to kind of intermingle with them, but definitely the cultural barrier was the biggest thing. My advice to any student in high school would probably be to apply for the National Army Scholarship, even if you're not interested. And I say that because we've had a lot of freshmen come to college not even knowing what kind of opportunities they could have had with an Army Scholarship. It's given me the opportunity to actually go out of state and not worry about in-state and out-of-state fees. They give you a book allowance, and it's just good leadership opportunities. You meet people, and This has actually become like my family away from South Carolina. So. The best thing about being in the Golden Eagle Battalion is you literally have 100+ brothers and sisters. So if you ever want to hang out with somebody on the weekend, you have someone. If you ever want to go to the gym, you have someone. If you need help moving your furniture in your apartment, you have someone. So you literally have 100+ people that you can always count on campus.